Alright, back in when I was in school, there was a really popular song, and you guys may know it, so you can sing along with me. It's how we find the X-Intercepts using the quadratic formula. Now, most time the functions have to be in standard form. Remember, that's our ax squared plus bx plus c. And the quadratic formula, as you all know, goes x equals negative b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, and that's our quadratic formula. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the quadratic formula to solve for x, and I'm going to show you how we can do that how we can verify that on the calculator. So if I'm looking for here, if I want to find the x-intercepts, remember that's basically where we set this equal to 0, set our function equal to 0. So here's our a, here's our b, and there is no c, so therefore c is just 0. And when I plug it in, we get x equals negative 3 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which becomes 9, minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which we said was 0, all over 2 times 2. And if I simplify this, we get negative 3 plus or minus, that's just basically the square root of 9 over 4. Now, we get two answers. That's what that plus or minus means. This means we're going to get negative 3 plus 3 over 4 and negative 3 minus 3 over 4. The first one's pretty easy. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0 over 4. That's 0. Negative 3 minus 3, this becomes negative 6 over 4, which is negative 3 halves if you want to reduce it. Now, if you want to verify this on your calculator, remember this is just 0, negative 3 halves, or negative 1.5 if you want to write it like this as a decimal. Now, these are my x-intercepts. To find it on the calculator, we do the same thing. What we're going to do, we're going to graph it. Just graph the equation. That's this 2x cubed, 2x squared, plus 3x, zoom 6, so I'm going to go to standard. And what you're going to do on the calculator is you're going to go second, hit the blue second key, calc, C-A-L-K. And what you're looking to find here is a 0. We're setting this equal to 0, so we call this a 0. And that's number 2. Hit enter. Now it says left bound, right bound. So what we're going to do, if I want to pick this one, I'm going to pick an x value that I know is to the left of this. So it looks like it might be like negative 5. Now I need a right number between this one. Now I need to pick a number that I know is to the right of this. However, be careful, I can't pick like 4 or 5 or 6 positive because I don't want to interfere with this root. So I might pick negative 1. And then just guess. I hit enter. It gives me negative 1.5, which was one of our answers. To get the second one, second calc, 0. And now I want to pick the one here I think is at 0. I might pick negative 1. I can't go too far because I don't want to interfere with the second root. And now something to the left, right of it, like 2. And my root is somewhere in between there. Hit enter, and we get x equals 0. So the calculator does give us our answers. Alright, now for number 2, let's take a look here. We're going to get, there's our a, there's our b, there's our c. So we plug into the formula, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root. B squared is 49 minus 4. A is 1 this time, be careful. C is negative 3 all over 2a. Whoops, a is just 1, so I can just plug in 1. So we get negative 7 plus or minus the square root, and I type all that in our calculator. Second quit. This is just typing in 49 minus 4 times a negative 3. I don't worry about the 1 because it's just a 1, but I do worry about the negative 3. And that gives me the square root of 61 all over 2. So that if I write this as a decimal, so let's go ahead and write this one as a decimal here. The square root of 61 is about 7.81. So I'm going about negative 7 plus or minus 7.81 over 2. And I'm going to write those out. So my first one says take negative 7, add 7.81, and divide that by 2. And I get 0.405. So I get 0.405. Or I'm going to take that negative 7, subtract 7.81, and divide by 2. And now I get negative 7.405. Those are my two X-intercepts. Now, I know I'm going to get 2 for the most part because my power. Remember, that's called a degree. So whatever that power is, that's how many answers you should get. Now, preferably, we like to leave our answers in radical form. This is the preferred method to write our answer. However, if we're going to use our calculator, you'll need the decimals to check it. So I go to y equals x squared, squared, plus 7x, x minus 3, graph it like it's hot, and there it is. I don't need the whole picture, so I need to find my zeros. Remember, we call these zeros. X-intercepts, zeros. Another word, roots. They all mean the same thing. Where does it cross the x-axis? So second calc, 0. Now remember, I want to pick this one right here. So I'm going to pick a number I know is to the left of it. That's what it means by left bound. So I might pick negative 10 and pick something that you know is to the right of it. Now I can't go over here because I don't want to interfere with this bound. So I might pick negative 5. Hit enter. And we get our negative 7.405, which is one of our answers. Yay, we're doing it right. We are the champions. All right, second calc, 0, and now I pick this one. It looks like it's between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1. Hit enter, and I get 0.405, and I'm guessing that was our second one. Yeah! The crowd goes wild. We got it right. Now, what I want you guys to do for homework is try number 3. I will give you a hint. You will need to distribute. Okay? And we'll go over that one in class tomorrow if we have time. Okay? All right. Have fun, and we'll see you in class tomorrow. Bye.